That's the reality of it. Where you get the truth, where you get the real, where you get to see all the things that's going on all around you. And we tell it like it is.
So I switched my car insurance to State Farm. I saved $480. You know what that is?
Yeah, don't say it.
You know what it is, right?
Yeah, don't.
It's a lot of dough.
Switch and you could save $480 with State Farm.
It's a lot of dough.
See if Bryant Jenkins in Reisterstown can save you a lot of dough.
Get to a better state. State Farm.
We are Mulch Masters. Our talented and experienced team works together to give any residential property the polished, professional appeal of the very finest landscapes. Famous for our deep-cut bed edges that define your garden areas, Mulch Masters uses the best finely shredded, color-enhanced mulches, and you'll enjoy the curb appeal Mulch Masters can bring to your property. Call Mulch Masters, 410-529-6200, serving Harford and Baltimore County.
Welcome back to That's the Reality of It. I'm William.
And I'm Aisha.
And we have a fantastic show for you today, so do not go anywhere.
Here at the Vape Shop, we create a positive vibe that our Baltimore customers enjoy coming back to. When you step into the Vape Shop, our dedicated staff will be at your service and can help you explore ways to make your e-cigarette experience as enjoyable as possible. Create your custom flavors at the Andrea Ann Bar. We also offer top quality full spectrum CBD products, including liquids and hemp flowers. Open 7 days a week, the Vape Shop is your shop.
Look fashionable, look confident, look classy. Look for Posh Beauty Lounge. Their 5-star service and top stylists will give you that desired look using top quality products. Your style is only limited by your imagination. Their professional stylists will consult with you to create that unique and special look. They also offer these services. So for that fashionable quality style, call Posh Beauty Lounge, formerly known as the Weave Cafe.
Welcome back to Does That Make Sense? Okay, we're asking you. We want to see your emails on the website, the topics that we have coming up. We want to know what you think. We'll tell you what we think. We want to know what you think. The topic of today is women out of wedlock having all these babies and don't have no daddy in the picture that's helping out, and they seem to keep having these babies and getting paid through the government to take care of them. I am not feeling that. I'm not feeling I need to be taking. I mean, if you have one mistake, you know the guy ain't gonna hang around. He ain't taking care of them. 2, okay, not taking care of them. Don't give me 3 of them. You going through the same thing and it's a different daddy, or the same one ain't taking care of the first one. No. At that point, I'm thinking the government should cut that right there. Don't pay for no more of those children. Let them find a job and do something to pay for the rest of them.
Well, they actually do have programs where they require certain. You have to work or do a certain amount of community service, a certain amount of hours in a professional setting in order to keep your benefits.
No matter how many children you have?
I don't know if there is a number, of the children, but they are encouraging people who are on social service to, I guess, become more productive. That's a requirement.
That's the problem. They're getting too
productive.
productive.
So it's not about them just not doing anything. Like, they have to try in order to keep the benefits going.
So if they're having more than 1 or 2 or whatever the babies they have, they have to work. I suppose they don't want
I believe the way it's going, I don't really know. I mean, just from people that I've spoken with, they apply for the service and they may receive the stamps or the money and the child care and the support. And in order to keep that, they have to do a certain amount of hours within the program. Mm-hmm. So the program does require for them to do something to retain the benefits.
Okay.
And I actually think that that's a great way to handle that type of situation, because like you said, we don't know what the situation is. I'm a fan of marriage. I am married and I have children. However, not all relationships, that result in having children also result in a marriage. So, ideally, yes, you have your, your unit, your family unit, but whatever the case may be, sometimes the mother is left alone with the children. And I think the important thing is not so much that we're saying we're not going to give the mother the money, but we're also looking at it as we're providing for the child. So, and like Maisha said, if they are showing, that they're trying, okay, I'm out here looking for a job, or I have a job, but it only pays this amount of money, and I have 3-4 kids that I have to feed, and, Joe Blow down the road, he's not helping me, or whoever it was, or, how many ever, or whatever. I think it is a hardship for that mom to take care of so many children, quote unquote, on her own, especially if she doesn't have any other family support. Now, if you're just trying to work the system, that's a different situation. But again, how do you really know? Because you have to look at someone's actions, not just their intentions. If they are out there working, but their job just happens to not pay that much, are we going to penalize the children who, like you brought up in another show, President Obama, and the fact that he used to say they grew up really poor. And then, fast forward years later, he became the president of the United States. So now we're not just talking about the mother and her choices, or the choices of the father not being responsible for his family, but also taking care of those children.
I hear what both of you are saying, but I'm sorry. If they're not married and they're having a child, I understand that maybe they thought they were going to be together.
Right.
Maybe they believe that person's going to hang in there.
Right.
But sometimes if the guy ain't going to be hanging around, usually the women know. But they just like that guy. And they
aren't
have a
there
baby.
some cultures that require you to have 2.5 kids?
That require you to have it?
There is a cutoff, for
Some
population
countries,
control. So you're saying that we should practice some of those practices?
Oh, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying is the mother should practice those controls. I'm saying that... I know. That's why she should not have that other one giving her a baby. Because...
Why?
Because if he is not taking care of that baby, and she got two mistakes I can live with. If you got 4 and 5 kids, and nobody's taking care of them babies, and you're there, and we're taking care of them through the tax system, something's wrong with that picture. That woman has got to know... Eventually, stop having those babies unless you're married, you got some support, or if you know this guy's going to take it.
If the mom is neglectful, it doesn't matter what the number is, whether it's 1 or 21. If the mom is neglectful, so to say after the 3rd you should stop, I'm trying to figure out why you're throwing that number out, because if they're not doing right with the first baby,
and the second,
maybe they just shouldn't have any children, right? But if they're doing great, some people I know have 4 kids and they have a great family structure, and they're single moms. I know some single moms. we all have our struggles. I know some married couples who are struggling. So I don't know if I'm a proponent of marriage, and I think that the family unit, I think it takes a village.
Right.
And so the number I'm not understanding is the mindset of the parent and the responsibility of the parent, no matter,
Now, I agree with what you're saying, but y'all not hearing what I'm saying. I'm saying not the kids. I know some single mothers that are awesome. That are taking care of them kids and don't want that man around. Okay, because
so it's okay if
or
they
don't even need help, or
as long as they can take care of them.
So it's okay. Okay.
As long as they can take care, they can have 20. As long as they can take care of them, and I'm not taking care of them. Okay, that's what I'm saying. You got the ones that have 4 and 5 kids, and all of them are getting money from the system. All of them getting money from the government. They ain't taking care of them. They sitting at home making babies, and we're taking care of them. That's who I'm talking about. Not the ones like single moms who are awesome and taking care of them and can do well and responsible. Even if they don't have a husband, or the husband might have gone, or whoever they made the baby with, but they are taking care of those children. I'm not taking care. I didn't get none of that. So why should I be paying for it? You see what I'm saying? I ain't getting none of that from them. So why am I paying for somebody else's fun? That's what I'm looking at.
Because you're not a mother that birthed a child.
And the mother should stop birthing their children if they get too many.
That's why it's easy for you to say what a woman should do, because you're a man. And you have never carried a woman for 9 months, and you have never birthed
Women
that
are
child.
tough.
All right.
I'm telling you. I could not, and I don't think any man could handle what women handles with birth. But all I'm saying is, if you don't have the money, even married couples, they have to think responsible. I can only afford 2 kids because I ain't making that kind of money. Okay. If you don't have the money and the man ain't hanging around, and you have 3 and 4 and 5 kids, then stop, or be responsible, or just stop, because.
So now you're addressing an issue that we can actually go rewind and go back to the root. So the root of it then is to, are you saying educate women and men, or young women and young men, on responsible parenting, on responsible ways to raise children or have a family?
Responsible sex. That's what I'm saying. Responsible sex. They might have 3 and 4 and are responsible and know how to raise them. But if you know that you can't afford them, responsible sex activities. That's what I'm saying. If you don't have the ability to take care of them, stop having them. Responsible sex.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right. So
right.
that's my opinion. That's their opinion. What do you think? You tell us if I went too far with it. I don't know. Sometimes I do go too far. That's why I got these wonderful women right here to keep me in check. So we got another topic next week coming up. You might want to tune into, because we ain't stopping. All right. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
At Liberty Animal Clinic, they know that your pet is a member of the family and you want to make sure they are healthy and receive excellent care. Their top veterinarians and staff will treat them like family and give the best care, medical treatment, and attention you can get anywhere. Liberty Animal Clinic provides these excellent services, and they are open 6 days a week, including giving them a complete physical, and office hours are by appointment, so please call. Let your extended family
Join our family!
If you're looking for a primary care doctor that truly puts patients first, then call Windsor Medical Center, where you'll get excellent care from award-winning Dr. Nkwan Yu. Windsor Medical Center is equipped to diagnose many health issues, including heart, lungs, and diabetes.
We really care
about you
at the Windsor Medical Center.
Call 410-265-7742.
Who's booking your YOLO vacation?
Call Nicole, your land and cruise expert. Remember, the internet's for looking, but Nicole is for booking.
Okay, we're back, and I'm here with my favorite doctor. Sometimes, except when I get those prostate exams, I don't like you very much.
That's okay. I understand.
You understand? Dr. Sigmund from Chesapeake Urology. Thank you again for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me back.
You know, we had emails coming about the, in fact, you emailed me back about, bladder cancer.
Yes.
So I want to get into some of that aspect of, because it's becoming like a fear out there for the bladder cancer, because I haven't really heard a lot about bladder cancer, but I know that a very good friend of mine just passed with bladder cancer. And so I'm kind of more into it than I would have normally be.
Sure.
So let's start with what is bladder cancer?
Well, bladder cancer is something that we have to deal with fairly often. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it gets overshadowed by prostate cancer because you hear a lot more about prostate cancer in the media and people are much more familiar with it. But as urologists, bladder cancer is really the number 2 cancer that we deal with. Obviously, you have a urinary bladder that holds urine and drains when people want it to drain. Unfortunately, cancer can develop in the bladder, and really the biggest risk factors for bladder cancer are people who smoke or people who are exposed to various toxic substances or chemicals or certain dyes that they might work with in their occupation.
Okay, what type of chemicals or toxic fumes that would cause?
Well, there's something called aniline dyes and certain rubbers that people work with, and they're exposed to that. But really the biggest risk factor is smoking. And it's really amazing to me. In my practice, one of the first people I diagnosed with a very bad bladder cancer, he presented to the hospital with a lot of blood in the urine. and he was a smoker for a long time, and he could have understood getting lung cancer, but he had no idea that his smoking put him at risk for bladder cancer. It was hard for him to understand. So that's another reason that people should quit smoking, and we try to get the word out with regard to that.
Man, I had no idea that smoking caused that many different issues. So it also not only lung cancer, but can also cause bladder cancer.
It certainly can.
And now when you said certain types of, this is going to sound crude, but you say certain types of rubber, do you mean rubber that men use for sex?
Oh, no, not that type of rubber, but
Okay.
rubbers that are used industrially.
Okay.
Those types
Well,
of
clear
things.
that up.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
You'd be saying, what? I can't.
Yeah, condoms, no association with
No
that,
association,
but other types of the rubber chemicals that are out there.
What are the symptoms?
Well, usually people present with blood in the urine, and
Blood that's visible, or
either blood that's visible or microscopic blood. We see a lot of people who come to me with a diagnosis of microscopic hematuria, and what that means is when we do the urine dipsticks and look under the microscope, we see red blood cells in the urine, and that warrants evaluation. And what we do for those folks, we do a CAT scan to take a look at their kidneys, their urine tubes, and their bladder, and we also look in their bladder with a little lighted telescope similar to colonoscopy.
Yeah.
We call it cystoscopy.
Okay.
And that's how we make the diagnosis of bladder cancer.
Now, I came to you and I had an ultrasound.
Yes.
Is that as effective as the CAT scan? Because they did one for my kidneys and my
Sure.
back, and also for, I think, my bladder.
Yes. So often we use an ultrasound to take a look at the kidneys, look for kidney stones, follow people. We'll do an ultrasound of the bladder to see how well people are emptying their bladder, to possibly look at the prostate. But when people have blood in the urine, the recommendation is to do a CAT scan because it's a more specific test to look for abnormalities when people have blood in the urine. Really, to find bladder cancer, you have to look in the bladder. Most x-rays won't necessarily find bladder cancer unless it's very large, but small bladder cancers we find by looking in the bladder.
When you say look in the bladder,
That's with the little lighted telescope. That
goes where?
Well, it's got to get to the bladder somewhere, so we go right down the channel, the urethra, where
penis.
people pee through. For men, we go through the penis, through the urethra. For women, we go right through their urethras into the
women
bladder.
can have bladder cancer as
Oh,
well?
absolutely.
Oh, okay. All right, so,
It's not the most pleasant test for most people. It's very tolerable. It's about a 3-minute test. We use a little numbing jelly, and usually 3 minutes later we know what's going on.
It's time to hit the trails on a bike from the Pikesville Bicycle Shop. They have all makes and models for all ages and sizes, and they'll service your bike and customize it to fit your needs. So for the very best variety of bikes, the best service and price, come to Pikesville Bicycle Shop or call 410-602-BIKE and take advantage of our special deals.
I love my Hero.
Make the most of those long summer days. Wake up ready for more fun in the sun after a restoring night's sleep on a new Beauty Rest mattress. And with Beauty Rest Endless Summer Savings, there's no better time to buy than now.
Beauty Rest Silver. Sophisticated design paired with intuitive technology that will leave you refreshed, restored, and ready for the day.
Visit the owner-operated Sleeptime Bedding and Mattress Showroom, where you will get personal attention. If you're having a tough time selling your home or leasing your property, call Kemp & Associates Real Estate and Property Management, the real estate specialists. Kemp & Associates specialize in residential, commercial sales, and lease and property management. They have expert comprehension services for investors, property owners, first-time home buyers, landlords, and tenants. Call today to buy or list your property and see how fast it goes.
Kemp & Associates, your real estate specialist. Don't make a move without us.
You can look eye to eye at anyone when you're wearing the exquisite couture frames from Eye to Eye. Their beautiful exclusive eyewear is imported from all over the world, including London, Tokyo, Milan, and Paris. You will not see these frames anywhere else. The specialists at Eye to Eye have the finest frames, great personalized service, and they do all the customizing in their in-house lab. So call or come in and get the most fashionable and unique eyewear only at Eye to Eye.
Welcome back to That's the Reality of It. Of course, everyone already knows who this gentleman is. He's been on like 100,000 times, and he has the best message if you want to keep your health and your wealth all into one perspective of their life, correct?
Right.
So
Well,
Dr.
nice-
Willie Richardson.
Nice to see you again.
My pleasure, Doctor. So
It's really a pleasure to be here. So hopefully we can shed some light on some issues that people have when it comes to health.
Absolutely. And wealth, because this program not only makes you healthy, but it makes you wealthy.
Well, the truth is, people struggle in different aspects of their life.
Mhm.
Okay, but I always think health is your foundation, and if you have a little wealth to go with it, it's very, very beneficial.
Exactly, that's a plus.
Yeah. So anyway, one of the reasons I'm on this mission is really to help empower our community.
Okay.
Our communities are so disempowered when it comes to health,
Mhm.
and also when it comes to their finances. But tonight, I want to for this episode, we're going
Okay.
to talk a little bit about health.
Okay.
Just going to talk about health, and the reason I think that's so important is really your most important asset. When you don't have health, a lot of the other stuff we worry about
don't even matter.
Really doesn't matter.
Don't even matter.
Okay, and I haven't met a person really who don't want to be healthier. But basically what happens is everybody want it, but oftentimes they're not willing to do what it takes to achieve a good state of health.
Exactly.
Isn't that interesting?
Hey, it's like I call it just being lazy.
Well, I think it's more than that. I think it has more to do with the understanding of what health really is,
Mhm.
and it's really more than just the absence of disease.
Right.
When you look at health overall,
Mhm.
it's the total well-being of the person. So you really do have to look at health in a very holistic way.
Mhm.
And I think that when you look at it in a holistic way, you realize that it's mind, spirit, and body, and everything that goes with those things as well.
So what do you suggest people do then to make sure they have the full understanding of what it takes to be healthy?
That's a great question. It really starts with some education. You
Okay.
need some knowledge.
Mhm.
And it's not that important that you have to become the expert in health. You don't have to become a doctor.
Right.
You know, you don't have to know everything, but you do need to be willing to learn. There is so much information. We're in the information age.
Right.
There's so much information out there for people to look into, but they empower themselves with some knowledge so that when they're being treated by their doctors,
Mhm.
at least they can ask questions.
Mhm.
Because oftentimes a person will take their health, put it in the hands of someone else, and really know little or nothing about it, and not even know which questions to ask.
Right.
And long term, that can be a real problem.
Plus,
that can
you
be a
know,
real problem.
and the first thing the doctor says when you go in there says, "What's going on with you? How can I help you?" I don't know. You're the doctor. You tell me. I'm gonna tell you what my symptoms are.
Right.
But you gotta tell me what's going on.
Yes. And well, you do have to give some information.
Right.
Very seldom can you walk in and a doctor look at you and say, I know you got this, that, or the other.
Right.
But they're going to do tests and so forth. Once you tell them what brought you in,
Right.
while you're there, unless you're in for your routine visit.
Right.
If you're in for because you have a challenge with some aspect of your health, they're going to ask you a few questions.
Mhm.
And once they ask you a few questions, then they're actually going to do some testing.
Right.
And the testing is to kind of confirm or at least go through the different differential diagnoses in terms of what may be ailing the person and then be able to go from there.
But you have a program called Longevity that has the best, I would say, remedy for being healthy because it allows your body to get you there, right?
What Longevity does, it's not my program, by the way, it's Dr. Wallach's program,
Mhm.
and this guy's a real pioneer in the area of wellness.
Okay.
In the area of wellness. And basically, the philosophy is if you give the body what it needs and take away what it doesn't, the body itself can do some miraculous stuff.
Right.
And for me, that's been very, very true. I've seen it true with so many other people. And many people suffer from chronic conditions.
Mhm.
And a chronic condition is something that's ongoing.
Right.
If it's hypertension, they were treated 5 years ago, but they're still being treated.
Mhm.
10 years from now, they'll probably still be hypertensive. And rather than being on one medication, they may be on 2 or 3.
Right.
Okay. People that are diabetic, they're still diabetic. Okay. And years from now, they'll still be probably more diabetic, where they go from the tablets to the insulin and so forth. And then there are certain consequences that go with that. So what Dr. Wallach's program does, it attempts to put people on track, at least empower them to be able to do some things a little bit differently so that they can begin to correct their chronic health situation. Okay, and that's what the program
is. And that program basically, because I remember you had a guest on one time, and she said that she was going through all these issues, remember? Mm-hmm. And she said once she got on your program, she didn't need the medicine, all those issues went away.
Yeah, many chronic conditions will go away. Once you take away what the body doesn't need and give it what's missing, some miraculous things can really take place.
Give them your information, how they can reach you, Dr. Richardson.
If someone would like to call me, they can call me at 410-698-4848, 410-698-4848. Leave me a message and I will get back to you.
Is there a website or anything you want them to contact?
No website. Just leave me a message and I'll get some information in their hands that they can evaluate.
All right.
Okay.
So don't forget, give them a call if you want your body to be able to heal itself, or at least get started on it.
Move in the right direction.
Move in the right direction.
Yes.
And also, we'll talk about next week how you can also make money with this program.
Yeah. It's about people helping people.
Exactly.
If you help enough people get what they need, you'll be amazed as how you can help yourself get what you need.
All right. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Attention Baltimore! Stop wasting your money going to those expensive appliance stores. Liberty Discount Appliance has what you want for much less. Liberty Discount Appliance has beautiful refrigerators, washers, dryers, and stoves for as much as 60% off. You get big discounts on brand new appliances with just a few scratches and used appliances in excellent condition. You would be amazed at the quality of the appliances, and credit is no problem. So come to Liberty Discount Appliance in Randallstown. You won't be disappointed.
For all your pharmacy needs and prescriptions, call Pharmacy Solutions, LLC, the community pharmacy the mayor honored for its commitment in providing the community with affordable prescriptions. Pharmacy Solutions takes your health very personally with patient consultation and a patient assistance program for the uninsured and those with specialty drug needs. To learn more about the program and how to transfer your prescriptions to Pharmacy Solutions, LLC, call them today because they breathe life back into our community.
Here at the Vape Shop, we create a positive vibe that our Baltimore customers enjoy coming back to. When you step into the Vape Shop, our dedicated staff will be at your service and can help you explore ways to make your e-cigarette experience as enjoyable as possible. Create your custom flavors at the Andrea Ann Bar. We also offer top quality full spectrum CBD products, including liquids and hemp flowers. Open 7 days a week, the Vape Shop is your shop. Would you like to make $300 to over $3,000 a week on your own time? Then call Odyssey Production and join their marketing team by selling TV advertisements. And you can get paid each day. For more information, go to the employment section on our website or call 443-394-7333.
Well, that's another show with awesome Off the Hook.
That's the reality of it.
And we put it right out there.
Oh, we do. If you don't know by now and you want to see the reality, you need to come back.
And see the show every single Sunday. So when God gives you another day, that's another opportunity to do the right thing.
Be blessed.
Put God first, because through Him, all things are possible. See you next week.